J.J. Williams was a 16-year-old boy that was still attending high school. One day, J.J. decided to advance deep into the woods of Birchwood, hoping he would find a deer to hunt. Nobody's sure what happened that day, but J.J. never came back. He was missing for 3 weeks until Sergeant Stoneballs was able to find him in a hunting stand passed out. J.J. returned to us, but he wasn't the same. J.J. was gone. The sweet, innocent boy everyone loved was dead. Only pure evil remained. Nobody has been able to get into his mind and understand what happened, but all we know is Mitch was the only thing left.
Hello there. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Today we're discussing a very disturbed individual. He's a man of many names. You may know him as by JJ, Switchblade, or Cassie's Thundercock, but the world only knows him by one name, and that's Mitch Downe. I decided to get in contact with a bunch of his victims and find out what personally has Mitch done to them. Now, that brings me to our first victim, Jamari Collier. Come on in. It's nice to meet you. Now, I have a few questions lined up for you. I personally have never met Mitch, but judging by in the reports that were filed by you, obviously, from what you told the police and how all the other stuff goes, you are the first victim. So, let's just go and dive in. What was your association with Mitch? You know, maybe before Mitch became a person and he was JJ.
He was a good buddy of mine. When he went deer hunting, he tried to get Twin Peaks. He told me his mission was to get Twin Peaks. He hasn't been the same since. Ever since that day.
So it seems like Mitch was overall, he was a completely different person before, when he was JJ. So, since we're interviewing a lot of people, I'm going to go and get to my second question. What has he done to you personally? One of the reports in here was an incident in February. The Super Bowl halftime show. Can you explain to me what the Super Bowl halftime show was?
You just seen Cooper DeJean get his pick six before halftime. You can see the eyes of Mitch completely shift. His eyes got scared. He then said, and I quote, "F. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, I'm gonna make my own halftime show." Putting out like this on the speaker. Got up on the coffee table in the living room with Kendrick Lamar and SZA in the background. And let's just say the Pink Cave made his debut. He had a flatbed. This is a frightful night.
Now, sounds truly disturbing. I'm sorry that you had to undergo that. It says in the reports it was apparently a car was shot with a paintball gun. Don't know what that's about. This will bring me to my third question. Do you think he's fixable? Do you think JJ could make a return, or is he too far gone into the Downy hole?
I've never seen a man switch like this.
As in Switchblade?
No, I think it's Downy. For being a good kid in JJ, studious, having good grades, being good in school, being a helping hand to others. For him to completely just shift and snap of a finger. From the turn, it's like he completely switched. He went opposite from what he was. He became a retard. He hated school.
Heard he can't tell the difference between black people. Is that true? What's your theory on how Mitch overtook JJ? Is it true that he was possessed by the spirit of Cockfoot?
No. When Pennywise opened his mouth, you see 3 yellow balls. I'm concerned that Cockfoot had possessed Twin Peaks, and when he shot him 8 times, Twin Peaks kept getting back up. Twin Peaks, I believe, had the spirit of Cockfoot within him. Opened his mouth when Mitch tried to get the final blow, and it completely took over. And I've never seen JJ again. Now, his form of the quote-unquote deadlights resides in the Thin Cave. And he just hasn't been the same since that fateful day.
I'm sorry that you had to undergo that. You know, your overall story with Mitch and your overall theories brings me to my final question that I have for you. This is a common occurrence in all of the reports and stories I have heard about him. Have you touched his bicep?
Never touched the bicep. Don't you ever in your life touch his bicep! What an interview that was. When I heard the Cockfoot, it just all came down. Especially when I heard touching the bicep. Now, I always keep this on me just in case Mitch Downe, or should I say the spirit of Cockfoot, decides to come after me, so I can keep myself protected from whatever evil decides to show itself. And when it does, gosh.
2 weeks later, Jamari was found dead with his head being stuck in a toilet full of piss and blood. The cops have yet to release any more information on what happened, but articles online seem to suggest that it was something to do with an old Viking ritual that was used by an unnamed tribe. But that doesn't take away from the loss of life. May Jamari rest in peace.
Well, that guy sure was a loose cannon. Looks like the bicep really does do it to a person. Really makes me wonder what the other victims are going to say. Which brings us to our second case. I would like to bring Griffin Patterson on, also top 25 in the state in terms of wide receivers. Number 11, G Pistol. Come on in.
Thank you for having me, sir.
No problem. I'm going to be asking you 5 questions, the same as I asked the last guy, but of course you don't know that because you weren't here. What was your association with Mitch, prior to JJ or post Mitch?
Ever since I was a little boy, it was just me and him, man. I was younger, our brothers were best friends, so ultimately that just brought me and him closer. I mean, we were just friends since we were babies. I mean, I feel like as life kept going, I was just growing further and further apart of him. That's about it.
I have heard his dad is Battalion Chief Travis. Is that true? Codename Kratos.
You're right. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. That's an angry son of a bitch.
Alright, well, it's going to bring us to our second question. It's a good way to transition. What has he done to you? Post going missing in Birchwood. And he was found by Sergeant Stoneballs.
I'd say, me personally, there's some smaller people in the group, so I don't get picked on as much. But, still some of the things that he's done to me, it could really leave a person down low. I mean, I'm talking put him down to a place of just no return. I mean, one time I feel like I got trapped in an endless cycle of just Jackson, Mitch, everywhere, man.
I'm sorry. But it's going to bring me my third question. Do you think he's fixable? Do you think there is saving JJ deep inside there?
Nope.
He's just gone.
Jackson, he's I mean, man, he changed like the snap of the fingers. He was a great kid. He wouldn't do nothing wrong. I mean, he'd go by the firefighter law like it was his legacy, his bloodline, man. I mean, just passed down from generation to generation. And no shame on Travis or none of them big boys, but Jackson just saw something as a light took over his eyes. You know what I mean? Really just changed him as an individual. And I can never look at him the same. I mean, Jackson, I feel like I just lost him. He caught that light, and I couldn't go down the same path as him. I don't know, man.
It's really tragic. I'm talking, that's like Sasuke levels of backstory. But this is going to bring me to my fourth question. The night he went missing in Birchwood, do you think, what's your theory on what happened to him? Or are you the firm believer of Cockfoot?
Personally, what I think happened to Jackson in Birchwood before he took a turn for the worse. I mean, man, it was a sharp 90-degree just switch up. Wasn't ever the same again. I mean,
Like switchblade.
I ain't never thought of that.
Do you think it's all connected like a conspiracy? Like how secretly the Birchwood Mafia is the one behind it all?
Now, me personally, Jackson just, that night, it took a turn for the worse, man. I mean, I'm talking 90-degree angle, just sharp. Just get me out of there. I couldn't take in his footsteps. I do got one idea what happened to Mitch, though.
Birchwood Mafia?
Could be worse. There ain't no telling. I mean, you know, Jackson obviously came from a bloodline of killers. Relentless.
You could say, born to kill.
He was born to kill. So, when he was a younger guy, just a little JJ running around, got him that BB gun. Shoot turkeys with it. It's alright. Turkeys, they'll take it. You know who don't take it? Twin Peaks. I'm talking about the big bucks.
Now, my next question did trigger a response to the last guy. Have you touched his bicep?
Bitch, I'd rather die. Fuck this shit! I'm out of here!
1 week later, Griffin's head was found wrapped in a pair of Fruit Loops underwear with poop stains in them. The authorities later found his body 5 miles away from where his head was in a ditch. The wrapping of the decapitated head was used in a variety of rituals but was popular with the Vikings, which could connect back to the slaughterhouse that was Jamari's murder. But that's just a theory. May G. Pistol rest in peace.
Well, this brings me to my third victim. I would like to bring in Aiden Byram, who does know Muay Thai. Come on in.
Thanks for having me.
Now I'm going to ask you the same questions I've asked the last two. Who did destroy my notepad? Okay. What was your association with Mitch?
Known that cat for a while. Was in 5th grade with him, and that was probably the first year I ever really got to know him. That's when he was JJ, and he was still normal. And That's when it was all good. But no, so I first met him.
What has he personally done to you?
Personally, hasn't really done much to me. I mean, I'm one of the bigger people in the group, so I don't really get preyed upon as much as someone else would. But Mitch has always been there as a good friend, and JJ was a good friend. You know, if you ever need anything, he'd help you out. But man, sometimes you'd help him out with one of his problems, and then he would make it yours, and he would make sure you get in trouble for it.
I have heard that. So here's my third question. Do you think he's fixable?
There's no telling. I mean, from what I've seen in the past of how he acted, it seems that he's been raised different. It all started, you know, we're watching Bubble Guppies, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob. He's watching Angry Grandpa, and I feel like while his frontal lobe is developing, we're developing around regular shows, and he's watching Angry Grandpa at a very young age. Nothing wrong with that, but Jackson has been on the special side, so his developing skills have not been the best.
Heard he
so
does.
I feel like him watching Angry Grandpa at a young age may have played a role in his transition.
Heard he does get extended time on tests. Is that true?
It is in fact true. I have walked in multiple times, and he has been in one of those rooms.
So does he like grilled cheese?
I'd say so.
Does he run around the halls asking for high fives?
I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like I've definitely seen him probably do it once or twice. You know, he is a class clown, and he likes when people show him attention. I feel it honestly may power and drive the spirit of Mitch Downe.
Mitch, your bus is here. Mitch, your bus is here. I heard he licks the windows of the bus. Is that also true?
I wouldn't necessarily say lick. I feel it's more breathing. Mitch has had a common occurrence when it comes to having hot breath.
It's gonna bring me to my fourth question. What is your theory on what overtook JJ? Are you a firm believer of the Birchwood Mafia theory, or are you the firm believer of Cockfoot?
It's a very good question. I have my own theory of what happened. I think JJ went up to Birchwood, you know. Went to Birchwood, went to go hunting just like it's any other regular Saturday. And he went up there hunting, and then as y'all know, he disappeared for 3 weeks. So I think what happened is he's sitting up in his tree blind with his rifle, his muzzle loader, and he spots about 200 yards out. He spots Twin Peaks. And if you know anything about Mitch or JJ, and he sees a buck, he makes sure he gets it. I feel like he chased Twin Peaks across the property. Twin Peaks led him to the spirit of Cockfoot, and he found the nesting ground for Cockfoot, and he was possessed by Cockfoot.
Now, apparently the theory with Cockfoot is to be possessed by Cockfoot, you have to make love to Cockfoot.
I mean, JJ's never been one not to make love. He's a very loving person, to say the least. Whether it's just by giving you compliments or physical touch.
Let's just say sexually.
I'd say occasionally.
Now, this question has triggered a response in the last two jackasses. Have you touched his bicep?
Aiden was later found passed out after some sort of drugging. His drink was later tested and came back positive for being spiked with 67 rhino pills and Brawly Boost. The hospital staff says he has about a 1% chance of survival. This level of drink spiking was used by the same unnamed Viking tribe in a ceremony of death to show how badass they were. The tribe remains all had the symbols BM carved into their skulls, which was found on these three victims' tongues. People have came up with the theory BM stands for Birchwood Mafia, which would connect the whole conspiracy back to the story of Cockfoot in Mitch's possession. But that's just theory. Let's hope Aiden makes a recovery.
Oh shit. Now, clearly, they've touched the bicep. But this is going to bring me to our next segment. I decided to do some independent journalism and go around and ask the people of the community how they felt about Mitch Downe. People he's just associated with, people that just see him around. They saw him get on his bus. They saw him whip the windows. They saw him eat his grilled cheese. But all these stories are in common. Roll the clips.
Okay, so one night, after a wrestling match at the UTC summer camp, Mitch was just out of control. I mean, he was running around screaming. He thought it would be a good idea to strip down to his underwear and then hop on the countertop. He pulled his underwear down and flashed his pink cave. It was just disturbing. He even put his asshole up to the window, and one of the camp counselors saw him. And then after that, he kept calling me all night, nonstop, worrying about the camp counselor seeing him. And that's just a fraction of the stuff he does.
Mitch Downe. I mean, you're sitting there alone at night, you get scared, and you see the shadow. It's over. I'm laying in my bed. All of my doors are locked. I have security systems. They all start going crazy. So I'm freaking out. I get my gun. I'm like, all right, who's trying to bust in my house? Lo and behold, it was the Mitch Downe. You have to give me a second. He slaughtered my whole family, my dogs. I don't even know. He came in my room. He said, do you want to meet the pink cave? No, I don't want to meet the pink cave. But by God, I met the pink cave. Pants went down. I went flying. Horrible day. Mitch Downe got me. He got me good.
My name's Ellis Malden, and the most weirdest, disgustingest thing ever done to me by Mitch Downe. Oh my gosh, we go into weight training, and he's like, yo, Ellis Maddox, follow me. I'm like, bro, what is this guy talking about? I go in there.
One day, I was walking down the street. I see a man.
Stop gooning in the bathroom.
Running at me.
Stop gooning.
He puts his asshole in my face. What am I supposed to do?
Keep my name out of it. I can't have him knowing. The first time I met Mitch Downe, I was walking down the road with my dog. He comes up, he screams at the top of his lungs. He takes it, he pink caves my dog, and he starts going crazy. He's still out there. Y'all better watch out for him.
Mitch, there's no good place to start. Oh God, he's coming. Get the cameras.
What an idiot right there.
Oh shit. Looks good enough.
Hey, nigga, you can't be doing that.
Oh, fucking take something big in my bag of cock. So now that we're alone and I got you in my car alone, now it's time for you to sit this magnum cock.